Here's the offer. Wow, only $700 a month? That's right, $700 a month. That's a lot, but it's yours, Sai. Okay. You've got great credit and a steady job, but your current ride is a problem. Let's find you something reliable.
Invest in your future with this vehicle. Safety features, a comprehensive warranty, and luxury options like heated seats and a giant...
Can I afford the payment? You think a $700 car payment is just a $700 decision, but that stretches into an 84-month timeline.
Calculating a 7-year car loan at $700 per month shows a total cost of $58,800.
The car loan is just the beginning. Don't forget the added costs: insurance, gas, maintenance, registration, taxes, fees, and tire replacement. You see the low monthly payment. But what about the almost $59,000 commitment?
Welcome back. Today, we're diving into the $700 car payment trap and how to avoid it. Stay tuned.
You work hard for your money, but the cost of getting to work is often what keeps you from getting ahead. Don't let your commute drain your paycheck. Let's be clear, this isn't about shaming anyone for needing a car. Families rely on them for work, groceries, school, and visiting loved ones.
This is a map of car-dependent America. This is a map of car-dependent America. Your daily routine, work, kids, groceries, and family is dominated.
Not never buy a car. Understand the hidden rule. This hidden rule protects your margins when buying a vehicle. Look at this fantastic monthly payment. It's affordable, isn't it? But don't be fooled. Let's see what's hiding behind the curtain. Let's look at the monthly payment illusion. You see this huge car and the big price tag, but watch this. And suddenly, don't worry about the $50,000. Just think about a manageable $700 payment. Oh wow, that feels much better. Notice the low monthly payment. It's affordable, isn't it? Just focus on that easy monthly number. Don't worry about the rest right now. Let's look at this $700 a month cost. Consider the loan length, the interest rate, and the insurance jump. Think about the depreciation and how it impacts your reduced work hours. What happens when rent renews higher and the car bought for security makes every bill tighter? Enjoy your new car. Thanks, Dean. I love it. Just the monthly payments to worry about now. Okay, look. The car payment hits, then rent, and right after that, this huge insurance renewal arrives. All right, sign the car loan. Surprise! A dental bill and a deductible. Water heater's out. Looks like a slow month too. The car payment is no longer just transportation. It's a fixed part of the household budget. Before savings and investing, there's always one payment that cuts to the front of the line. The car payment. Can I make the payment? Or, what does this payment take away? With a car payment of $700, there's a big opportunity cost. Your emergency fund goes, then the credit card payoff plan, and even your... You see the empty blocks representing your emergency fund, debt payoff, and investments? Below sits the solid reality of your car payment. Flexibility is crucial, like weekend flexibility or job flexibility. But be careful, a large car loan can really squeeze those options. You might have a good income, decent credit, and your bills paid. So why does it feel like you're constantly running on empty? You look at your financials and it seems fine on paper. Income high, credit score solid. But when you add up real expenses, you see this car. It's not just the payments, it's what they do to your safety cushion. Watch it shrink, compressing your financial safety. Meet Dean. He's about to show us how our investments can quietly absorb the safety net we need. Watch as this vehicle, representing our... Let's look at Dean, who has the same income. Now let's compare two people with the same rent, groceries, and basic life. It's a clear cost comparison.
You have one driver paying $700 a month and another paying just $300. That's a $400 difference.
You see that? Saving just $400 a month. Over a year, that grows to $4,800. You have a $400 monthly difference. This could go towards investing, debt payoff, or creating a cash buffer. Only a few hundred more can be the exact money that prevents panic mode. providing a small emergency shield around your household. Even a small increase in costs can push a household to the edge. Can we fit this into your monthly budget? Yes, we can afford the payments. But can you afford the monthly payments plus repairs and gas? Dealership math focuses on monthly fit. But what does household math say? Will the breathing room survive real life? If you only answer the dealership question, the household question eventually answers itself, showing a delayed budget warning emerging from behind a signed car contract.
Decodes Money breaks down those money traps that look normal from the outside. Just like this car payment hiding a warning icon.
You see the monthly payment, but lurking behind the car are the hidden fees. But remember, there are hidden costs to car ownership. Insurance can jump significantly. Depreciation works quietly. Thousands of dollars simply disappear without a bill or an invoice ever appearing. The contract is signed. And there goes my checking account. I hope I made the right choice. The trap looks organized at the dealership, but shows up later on a normal Wednesday, when checking absorbs the real decision.
I'm Dean, and I'd like to introduce Mark and Lisa, a middle-class couple with 2 kids.
Hi, Dean. Hi, everyone.
They're working with a $128,000 income and a...
Let's look at Mark and Lisa's budget. Their mortgage, groceries, and student loans are just the beginning. Medical bills, credit card. Meet Mark and Lisa and their trusty SUV. It's got over 150,000 miles, and that check engine light is glowing again. Welcome, Mark and Lisa. Let's find you a reliable car that keeps you on budget, not one that drains your margin.
The most important thing to look for in a used car is reliability, and this vehicle truly delivers. Safety is key, the warranty provides. Buying a newer car can be the right choice. Consider the costs of a broken old car. You've got money, time, missed work, stress, and safety.
Be careful. The expensive choice often comes dressed as the responsible choice.
All right, Mark and Lisa, this beautiful SUV is $25,000. Wow, great. Plus, there's taxes, fees, and add-ons. Wait, that's a lot.
And Mark and Lisa's car payment lands right around $700 a month. That's a bit high, but we can make it work. Let's look at this new $700 payment.
We can make it work.
But see how it affects the margin?
Oh, that's tight.
You see this small monthly payment? It seems manageable. But what about the cost of ownership, repairs, and maintenance? The first month's $700 payment lands right here, into Mark and Lisa's checking account. You just got that new SUV. But don't forget the insurance update. That bill will be much higher now. Check the fine print. Compared to the old car, the larger SUV will raise your annual gas costs by another $75 to $100. The expenses really add up. First, the high registration. Then, the cost of bigger tires is significant. And let's not forget the expensive oil change. Even with a warranty, time isn't free. Mark's lost hours rearranging work, and Lisa's buried in emails trying to...
You see, that $700 car payment quietly becomes $900 to $1,000 of monthly pressure once insurance...
The total cost trap isn't just about the initial payment. You need to consider the long-term ownership cost. That's the real story.
With your pre-SUV budget, you have a solid $600 of monthly breathing room. And just like that, the new SUV payment wipes out their financial cushion. After the car payment, this tiny green sliver is all that's left, and that's before the insurance increase hits. Watch as it takes what little margin remains. Mark and Lisa's driveway looks perfect. They seem to have it all. But underneath that shiny surface, their financial shock absorber's gone, and every bump feels like a crash. Dental work, water heater leaks, groceries jumping, and summer camp costs. You've got dental work, and there goes the water heater. Then groceries, and don't forget summer camp. Look how fast this piling up. The SUV itself might not create the emergencies, but by pulling away that cushion, it leaves you exposed to surprise bills. The car doesn't always cause the problem, but sometimes it makes a tiny emergency grow into a huge one. You've got a great credit score. That means the approval door opens. But remember, the safety door might still be locked. Lender math asks, are we likely to get paid? But household math asks, will we still be okay after paying? With this loan, all our problems are solved. Excellent, that's exactly what we want to hear. Wait, what about these? Oh, those? Don't worry about those. But even as life gets tighter for households, a loan can still perform well for the lender, creating a successful outcome for both. Welcome. Today, let's look at the incentive chain. First, the dealership wants the sale. Next, the lender wants the loan. Third, wants the loan.
In the car buying chain, everyone has a number they care about. Sales, loans, insurance, upgrades. But for you, the only number that truly matters is your margin.
The margin shield sits on the buyer's side of the table. Let it move toward you, empowering your responsibility in the deal. The psychological trap of identity plus relief. Your old car makes you feel behind, but the new SUV makes you feel caught up. My old car was nothing but trouble, clunking and grinding. But now, it's smooth sailing, quiet, and reliable. Pure peace of mind. Choose the right vehicle for family safety. Yes, that makes sense. With features like child seats and safety shields, we ensure your commute is reliable. This trap works on good people, using responsible emotions to sell an expensive structure. Safety and reliability labels feed into a large payment contract. A car should help you, right? But a large payment stops savings, debt reduction, and job loss survival. It's a heavy chain. Welcome. Have you ever felt like you're on a treadmill? Stuck paying for your car? This is the Car Payment Treadmill. Here's Dean with his paycheck. Oh, here comes the car payment. Then insurance and gas take their cut, and real life cleans up what's left. Relatable, right? You did everything right. But the progress meter is still stuck at 0. It doesn't have to be this way. Normal payments can be dangerous. They stack up fast, making a solid income feel useless. Take caution. How do we know if our car is useful transportation? Or just a treadmill payment? Where do you want your monthly payment to be?
Vehicle will take a fixed piece of your paycheck before savings, investing, debt freedom, flexibility, and weird life events.
That car loan is acting like a claim on your future paycheck, blocking your path to savings, investing, debt freedom, and financial flexibility.
Welcome to Dean's Total Cost Test, the 4 numbers you need to run before buying a car. First, let's look at your monthly payment. Second, consider the loan term. Run the tempt. Let's break true monthly cost. First, your payment. Then we add insurance and gas.
If a payment is $700, but the real monthly cost is $900 or $1,000, use the $900 or $1,000. The second cost to consider is your true car cost. Now, from the margin, we subtract expenses like planning your month is crucial, but let's be realistic. There's no fantasy month where you don't need shoes, medicine, brakes, or a birthday gift. The real cost of the car isn't just transportation. It's a claim on your stability, taking away your breathing room. Protect your margins.
Welcome. Today, we're talking about runway and why that third paycheck matters. When one disappears, how long does this stay?
Patience. How many months could you keep the car and life running without credit cards if one paycheck disappeared? This shows a 1-month runway. You see how you can pause some things? The car payment keeps going. Every month, it arrives. Car payment. Always knocking, always confident. Here's your car payment. Because a budget isn't just a number, it's the door to your finances. The fourth thing is opportunity cost. Here are 2 car payment choices, $700 versus $400. That's a $300 difference every month. Saving $300 a month turns into $3,600 per year. Over 5 years, that's $18,000. And in 7 years, it becomes you saved an extra $300. But what could that money have done for you? Build an emergency fund, pay off debt, start investing. Instead of that car loan, this money could have bought options for your family. See the flexibility? You might think a cheaper car is just less expensive, but sometimes it's actually freedom. Keep those future paychecks protected. You know what? Nobody on the road really cares about the cheaper car, but every month it asks for less of your future. It's all about making those smaller payments work for you. Picking the cheapest car might seem smart, but it can cost you more. Repair bills, missed work, lots of stress, and most important, intensity. You found a car that was cheap. But sometimes, cheap comes at a cost. The real goal is simple. Buy the least expensive, reliable car that protects your margin. You could go for the absolute cheapest at any cost, but that's a recipe for headaches and breakdowns. Or you could...
You see, it's about acknowledging exceptions, whether that's for work, weather, medical needs, or simply keeping your large family safe. Even when the math changes, the rules remain. First, run total cost. Next, protect your margin. Finally, ask if the vehicle makes life stable or fragile.
The danger is buying fixed costs while looking only at monthly comfort. This comfortable payment hides a heavy contract. The dealership is selling the month. The lender is approving the month. The ad shows the lifestyle. The future carries the contract. Look at these small things. But then they become this. It's a lot, right? Help me out.
The car is not affordable because the payment fits. The payment fits, but the budget status is still flashing warning.
The car is affordable when your life still has margin after the payment. You might be looking at this number, the monthly payment, but the real number you need to see is here, the total cost and lost flexibility.
The amount you paid may differ slightly. It looks like you paid in 2 separate transactions for a total of $18.47.
For a stretched household, that same $700 feels like a race they barely finish, with no margin left at the end. The trap doesn't feel reckless, it feels normal, adult, like everyone is doing it.
Normal car payment.
But be careful, this is a social proof trap. Normal is not the same thing as safe. Think of your normal payments sitting here. But you really need to be here, with a safety margin. Before you sign for that next car, take a 1-minute pause. What will this payment stop me from doing? Setting aside a 3-month emergency fund is crucial, but a major car payment can often block the path to those savings. You've got money flowing out for that car payment, but it's keeping your credit card balance stuck and not shrinking it down. You see Dean here, he wants to invest, but the car payment, it's just absorbing all his monthly cash. And that little seedling? With financial freedom, you can handle changing jobs, moving, or parental leave. Even surviving a layoff becomes manageable. This car may run perfectly, but watch the fine print. This deal is a lemon. You see, the car gets you to work, but the payments keep that paycheck from getting ahead. It's a treadmill that keeps you stuck, but there is a way off. Invest in transportation, safety, and reliability. Avoid the overwhelming cost that claims to be a deal. This margin shield provides budget protection. The oversized payment can't reach your household. See? It's been repelled. Let's review the full monthly cost, your margin after the car, how much runway you have, and the final opportunity cost. Let's recap the monthly payment illusion. You see a big purchase, but it's squeezed into a tiny monthly box. However, when we expand that out, let's break down the total cost trap of owning a car. You've got the initial payment, of course. Then there's insurance and gas, followed by maintenance.
You're working hard, but it feels like you're stuck on a car payment treadmill. The paycheck comes in, and immediately the payment, insurance, gas, and...
You have a choice. The maximum payment yet that you can barely survive, or a reliable vehicle that fits your comfortable margin. The reliable option makes more sense. You don't need to feel bad for walking away from an unsustainable loan. See, a smaller car and a strong cash buffer are the path to financial peace. You see, payment fits might get you a car, but unless you check your margin, only healthy margins will survive. See the real cost behind the monthly payment. Here's how to calculate your true car loan. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Dean Decodes Money for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Buy reliability. Protect your flexibility. Do not let the payment steal your future.